What's up, guys? Let's do a rapid game, eh? So I'm 1547 in the old Rapido, and I'm actually also over. What are we going to do here? I'll go Nimzovich. Okay. I'm also over 1500 again in Blitz, which is nice. Okay. Ye Old Kennedy variation. Please push the pawn. Thank you very much indeed. Opponents rated 1431. Power list 37. From, where is this? Colombia. Okay. So, here is the idea. We're going to put our knights here and here. This bishop comes to here. This bishop ends up there and is bad. Now you can do either knight here, but I like this move because it's more pressuring. And there goes the bishop, and now we can move the knight here because we want to open up this bishop so that it can come to c5. And then once we've done that, we can push d6 and we can bring this bishop out at some point at the appropriate time. Might also go to d7. Okay, so this bishop comes out. It's a nice little system. So this is basically the Black Knights Tango, just a different move order at the start. We end up with both knights here. Are you thinking of that? Now, maybe I don't want to push d6. Because if this drop back, do I die? So I'm thinking it's a5. Think about a5. She pushes, I think it's a she. Picture looks like a she. There I take. You can't take because the rook hangs, yes? So it's a5 to prevent b4. Very, very common idea. Old as the hills, guys. Also notice this knight's on e2 as well. So it didn't come to f6, so opponent might have plans of an f4 pawn break at some point. That means this bishop can always drop back to a7. Alright, knight c3. First thought is d6. d6, open up the bishop at least, control some of these squares. Another common idea later on is going to be this knight coming around to h5, giving us super mega king kahuna control over the f4 square. We're going to castle short. Life is good. I'm off 15 minutes right now. Okay, white's now sent the knight around here, which is curious. I have this which will just really invite f3. But if f3, guess what? There ain't no short castles. Right? Let's say I come here, f3 is pushed, and let's say I retreat. But you've played f3, and that means the king can't go there because it would be castling into check. And I confess, I'm too tempted. I'm going to do it. Now it is a waste of time, waste of tempo, because he could also do this, or she, but then maybe queen d7 or queen c8. This bishop's bad. Now I don't want to swap off my light squared bishop for this one. My light squared bishop is good because my light squared bishop can... Oh! You moved the queen. Now what about this move though? This move attacking the g2 pawn. Also attacking the bishop, which I don't want. Now, will she just short castle? Probably. Probably. I don't think that queen's very good there either, to be honest. Why didn't you put the queen there and at least attack the pawn? It's not like you're making a barrage against your own pawn. That doesn't even make sense. I'd like to do this, but again, castles kind of negates that. So we rook on f1. Oh, excuse me. I know. Oh, I know. Right, where else can my... Or how about h5, h4? h5, h4 is a thought, but the knight can come in here. If I do this first, actually, it could take me out with the bishop. I kind of like the move h5. Is he going to take me out with the bishop? Takes, I take, hits the knight. Knight might come forwards, can be kicked, but then goes there. No, that doesn't work. I have to castle. I've got this. You see that idea that we mentioned before, putting two knights on looking at f4, and if takes, bishop takes, that isn't playable. I think I'm going to do that, you know. I might castle then. So now I'm threatening to put either knight on f4, threatening this pawn. If white castles now, this pawn here is pinned. Okay. So we've already figured out this isn't playable, so I haven't got to stress about that. But now I have this maybe again, but also look at my queen. Now she can't go there, but you never know. Got some activity going on. There is actually a Lucchini attack line out of the four knights, but it's not the four knights, the Black Knights Tango. But it is not this. No, you are not thinking of long castling. Queen h4. I'm not threatening that because the king still defends. Queen f6 as well. Actually does threaten that. Oh, I am threatening that because the king defends, but so does my bishop attack. So my queen actually has either of these two squares both looking at f2. What are you going to do about it? Well, you're not going to do that, particularly if my queen's here, I think. Or I just castle, which again also makes sense. Let's castle. I might try and break stuff open with this. Again, he doesn't have that. I'm thinking I'm going to need to move my knight if my bishop's going to retreat to safety. If we get a move like this, I have to... Okay, all right, okay. Okay. Now, I'm disinclined to push f5, and I'll tell you for why. Because white's got everything lined up on that diagonal. So this pawn here is the cork in the bottle. So although I mentioned the possibility of f5, it's an idea, but it's a stupid one. As many ideas are. I'm liking this bishop here. Remember I said like the bishop belongs there. It does. It's pinning their f-pawn. Might bring my knight back round just to do this. But then again, my bishop's equally as stupid as their stuff lining up there. What does my bishop want to do? Does it just actually want to come... Does it want to come back? All the way home? Is that stupid? I mean, it's quite stupid where it is, to be fair. Unless I'm going to... It's something like this, and... But I can't put my queen there. I can't put my queen here. Knight there. Knight there. Queen up to g6. Now, there's no way I want to open up a queen bishop barrage against myself. That would be king dumb. I'm slightly tempted by this move, but I don't know if it's really thick, that move. So I'm going to put my queen on here and try and checkmate. So if it pushes this, then it's happy days for the old bishop, innit? Also, I don't want to do this and takes and takes. Because again, I move this pawn, then that pawn's going to move, and, you know, she gets to use all of her pieces, which is not the idea. We're not going to win the game by helping our opponent. So, and I can't lift a rook because I haven't got access to this square. The move c6 is thematic. Taketh, taketh, and we're okay, and these pawns are still blocked. So I kind of have that as well. So I'm thinking that's a candidate, that's a candidate. What about f6 actually? That might not be the stupidest idea I've ever had. I mean, one slightly stupid thing about it is it blocks off the queen. But it gives the bishop access to this, or there's this. But that feels like a real non-move of a move, if you know what I mean. Okay, this, you kick me, I'm happy, I just retreat. This, what's my threat? Maybe lift the queen. I could lift the queen now. That's a thought. I don't see a problem. Right, that was 3.5 minutes and my opponent's just insta-moved this. Okay, what are you doing coming after the bishop? We're coming here. Okay, I think I have to move my knight, so I'm thinking this. You kick me, it's big trouble in Little China. Okay. So I can always retreat my bishop to here now. Slightly falling over my own feet on this side of the board, but I still think I'm better than white. Okay. So attacking my bishop, I have this actually. Go here. If you take, I take with check. King goes to there or there, I can check. Rook moves over. Here takes, defend that. Oh! Here takes. This pawn's in a pin and can't move. It might be worth sacrificing this bishop, but you have to. I was just saying, I didn't even finish the sentence. You have to be pretty damn confident that it's worth the sacrifice. Like Naroditsky said in his speedrun video yesterday, you know, don't sacrifice, don't assume that good attacks need a sacrifice. They don't. But if takes, king's in check has to go there or there. This knight's still there though. Huh. I could come here in h5, depending on where the king is. Hang on. Why am I doing it that way? Why don't I do queen takes pawn, checkmate, being the plan? And this pawn can't go anywhere, which means this rook can't go anywhere, which means how on earth do you stop it? That was as thick as a whale omelette, that idea of thinking, oh yeah, look, that comes with check. Oh, checks are good. No, checks are not necessarily good. Check isn't winning the game. Check, when it says mate on the end of it, that wins the game. That's the end of the game. But checks, for their own sake, can be bad. Really? If I take and you take, but see what I'm thinking is I've just got this in it, and then maybe I come back to you. Takes, I still don't want to remove that pawn if I can help it, but there. Defended by the bishop. There. I mean, I can always come back there if you want to take. I'll take back with the queen. So I'm going to have that pawn in front of your king and say thank you very much. I don't see what's wrong with it. But then I've said that before. Yes, that would be the title of my chess memoirs. I don't see what's wrong with that move. And then the next line is, oh, cock, to quote James May. Yes. Now, let's say I tickle the knight. Takes. Let's say takes. That's a lot of takeses. Precious. Oh, I just drop it a bishop back. Takes. If takes. Threaten to double up. That looks fine too. Having said that, I also have this. And that I like that because it's an outpost. It hits the rook, which is a tempo gaining move. Knight takes, I recapture the pawn there. I missed the knight, to be honest. I thought it was a clever idea to keep the bishop on there, and it was a clever idea. I just didn't finish thinking. But then, if this knight moves away, but then I did this, and then this pawn moves, which we didn't want to do. I mean, look, it's not the end of the world. I know I can push g6. Okay. Having said that, I also have this, which might be a cunning plan. Hang on. You know what I really want to do is like this, and then move the knight out of the way and then go checkmate. That's what I really want to do. But if I do that, he does that. Of course he does. Okay, so here's the thing. I take here. She's got this. I have to move. Bishop retreats, right? Or, now I can't go there, but I can go here. So if queen h6, there ain't no bishop takes there, right? So queen h6, you take there, blah. Okay, whatever. Or I could hang my queen. That's the thought. Bugger. Bugger it right in the nose. There you go. Just complete... Ooh, they have a cave troll. Dear oh dear oh dear. 1536 now. Ooh, I got a brilliant move too. Of course. Ooh, 1000 rating. Shit on me. Shit right on me. Okay, blunder. Before that, I was winning. The best move was take the pawn, I'm still winning. You dickhead. Happens. 1000, that's just rude. 56 accuracy. 3 misses. 3! Right then. Come on. Oh. Okay, half a pawn difference, but it doesn't matter because we get the same result anyway, so there. And that's a blunder. What do you mean win a pawn? Going straight in for this. Wait for castles. Which is natural. It is queen h4. And if here doesn't work, because you get... That, guys, is basically like the Lucchini style attack that I was talking about. Okay, best attempt is f3, and then we take it. Oh, you dickhead. Ugh. Pimmelkopf. Excuse me, everybody, while I go and hit myself over the head with a spoon. I don't have a spoon handy, or else I would perform the spoon hitting head thing. Ah. Right, absolute knobhead, basically. That is basically the attack that we were talking about. And it, because I didn't know my theory, isn't it? So here's the thing. We have this set up. This is classic. Okay? Maybe if the knight's there, I don't know if there's any difference, right? But it's saying going with a knight, threaten this, and castles just doesn't work. Should have known that. That's one to work on. Because this is the kind of situation what will come up multiple times. And I was just sleepwalking. What did I do? I did this. Because all I was thinking about was looking at this little corner of the board, right? And I completely missed the fact that this was actually a mistake. And I could have gone straight in for the attack. So, but in other news, so I didn't do great here. That wasn't good, that wasn't good, that wasn't good, that wasn't good. I should still have carried on with the same. So it's saying I had the same miss 3 times, which is why I've got a string of misses. Didn't like that. Again. Just keep going right. I mean, this is just one to remember, but this is why it's good to go over the analysis. So the more times you do this, right, the more it'll go in. I didn't like that. Oh, of course, yeah. The same move I didn't play for the last 8 moves. But we did, you know. Good. Brilliant. There you go. I get a brilliant move. Oh, it didn't like that. Hang on. Right then, what do you mean? Oh, I'll take that. Don't think I even thought about that, did I? Didn't even calculate it. And that's rule number 1. Right? You can't select a move that you haven't thought about. So, expand your thinking to consider different moves. I never even asked myself the question. So there's no way I could have played that move because I didn't think about it. Okay, we live and learn. And this is why I'm in the 1500s, not the 1700s. But, okay. This is okay. We're here to learn. I hope you've learned 1 or 2 things from this as well. Quite enjoyed that game in the end. Well, not in the end. I enjoyed it in the beginning. And the middle was alright. The end, yeah, not so much. But hey-ho. It's all good fun. Okay. Thank you for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.